so real. She is one of the sweetest, funniest women around. Um, Frau Farbissener, Austin Powers trilogy, International Man of Mystery, The Spy Who Shagged Me, Gold Member, The Goldbergs, iCarly, Desperate Housewives. She's real. She's lovely. She's down to earth. She is Mindy Sterling.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay!
Oh my gosh. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. I am good. I was rewatching your work over the last week, and I was just like, I have to say, one of my favorite actors of all time was Peter Sellers.
Oh,
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 I
yes.
know, right? And
Being
I
there,
what
being there,
what?
being there.
Oh,
I mean, the most, yes. I mean, it's just, yeah, he's incredible.
well, I was watching your work and I got chills because I thought I loved him so much. And I was watching your work and I was saying, if it's so hard for anybody else to play the Pink Panther or Inspector Clouseau to me, except I saw you and I said, that's it. They can bring back Inspector Clouseau's long lost sister.
Oh my God.
You would be,
That
yeah.
that is like the best, one of the best ideas that I've ever heard that includes me.
I mean,
That is so wow. I am incredibly flattered. And because I truly feel that he was a genius. And I love, I mean, that movie to me, and all of the, the other ones too, the Pink Panthers, but there was something so like lovely and odd to him, and so like you attached yourself, so emotional, and but thank you. That would be, I mean, if you were a writer, I'd say write it.
I tell you, I've got to like talk to people and say, listen, don't do a repeat of, bringing on new, Inspector Clouseau's. Just bring in Mindy.
No, thank you, sir. You're delightful. I love the idea of it.
So when did you know that you had comic timing, or how did it develop, or yeah,
Wow. Well, I think, I mean, I was raised in a home. My biological father was an actor. He was a comedian, a singer, an actor, and so even though my mother and father were divorced at a very young age, he just made me laugh, and I would watch his stuff, and I'd go to see. He would do these MC these shows on Miami Beach, which is where I'm from, and so just watching him and how he would make me laugh, and then just I loved laughter. I loved comedy. I loved Carol Burnett, Lily
oh,
Tomlin. Um, so you tend to just love the people that you want to be
yeah,
like. And so and then I was just really interested in theater in school. I was kind of shy as Mindy, but if you did theater, then if you play other roles, you play characters, and then you don't have to be yourself.
yeah, yeah. I want to go back to what I said at the beginning too, because it is, from the automatic beginning of just talking with you and seeing you on interviews, you were just like so open and real, and you don't have that, "Hi, I'm an actor," or whatever it is. You're just such a mensch.
Well, and I appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, I think sometimes TMI, I've been told, Mindy, TMI, too much. Or that's
Oh,
from my friends, or my son. And, but I'm a people person.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very much like my mother was. I love people. I love asking questions. I always thought I'd be a great interviewer because
yeah,
I love asking weird things, not just the typical. So, what was it like working with blah blah blah?
right.
And but I like asking general people, not actors. I mean, I like to know about people that fascinate me, that have a personality and that are very family oriented. I'm very family oriented. I'm all about being loyal and honest. And so I think that is just what who I am as a person. My brother's like that, my whole family. So, but thank you. I like being called a mensch.
A mensch. Well,
Yeah.
and it's so refreshing and so loving because I've been lucky in this land of Holly to have met a real a real good group of lovely extended family.
Yes.
And when you meet more and more people like that, it brings this hope that the love does conquer all, you know?
Well, I mean, you know what I think about it, David? I think that, especially what we're going through right now, I
Mm,
think really, if you ask anybody, what is it that you want? If you're struggling with something, you're in a horrible mood, your life sucks, and people will say money. Okay, so I get that. But really, really, everybody wants love. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be respected. Everybody wants real, true people.
yeah,
And I believe that. I believe that in my heart. Even if they're screwed up, they may not be able that to come. But really, if before you shoot that gun at somebody, um, you weren't loved.
yeah,
You weren't loved. I mean, there's no way that you could do that if you were loved. And so many people have had, when you hear the backstories and who they were and where they came from, it's very sad to me.
yeah,
And I think about the homeless and the people out on the streets that have mental disabilities. Can you imagine where what they were brought up like, or the lack of, or so I do. I just think that we can all be mentions.
yeah, yeah. And the one thing about being having that comic timing and that love mixture and the realness about you is you do bring a healing to so many um,
Oh, thank
through
you.
laughter and through the comedy and through your art. And I was going through all the different characters, and I mean the names: Miss Endive in Chowder,
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
Linda Schwartz, Mrs.
yes.
Plotskin, Mrs. Grumblestock, Mitzi Kinsky, Bernice Kimmelman. I was thinking, were you able to give yourself your own name sometimes?
No, I wish I would. I mean, if I would, I probably would give those names.
Yeah,
Uh, no, I think the only time that I can really give myself a name is if when I'm doing improv, and then I can name myself, or someone will name me, or I can name somebody else. But no, I do seem to play some very colorful characters with names equally as colorful.
yeah. Did you have a, I know this is horrible. This is like, which child,
Favorite?
do you have a favorite character or you love them all or?
Oh my God. I mean, there's so many. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, Frau was so true to me. And so I am so blessed to have played her. And she really, helped me get more in the business and be known. And I have a lot of gratitude, for Frau. And I love playing her. I mean, she's, I could do her in the heartbeat. All I have to do is, do a little, it sounds like it's German, but I don't know what it is. So she was fun. I yeah, I mean they're all really, fun people, and especially when you can create it, and you bring your own thing to it.
yeah,
So you then you find out and you see how it goes. Oh my God, you mean you like it? You like what I did? So I think that's, yeah, the trick to it is you have to know who you are and bring it to the whoever, and hopefully they love it too.
yeah, yeah. Well, it shows. It shows. And some of the, oh, I'm looking at a couple of these. I mean, the epic tales of Captain Underpants and Hotel de Lune. And it's like the names of some of the stuff you've been in.
Things, David, that you probably will never see because they never went anywhere. And Captain Underpants did. But that hotel was very, very fun. My character was, she was a maid and she was like this. And I had to wear this. this blackened eye, like this piece in my eye. So I looked really spooky and scary. That was, and I barely did anything, but that never went anywhere. So sometimes the fun things that you do don't really
Go
go
anywhere.
anywhere. So you just have to know, well, that was great for a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a dream role?
Well, I definitely would like to do, some maybe more dramatic or not all heavy drama, but something that gives me, just a little time to feel things. Because comedy, sometimes you have to get to that feeling really quick.
Mm.
And so it would be kind of fun to do a single camera, kind of a quirky character. Like I still am quirky.
Yeah.
It's kind of quirky, but not always trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that. I'd love to do a series. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But yeah, there isn't anything. I don't mind playing grandmas. I don't, it's okay. It's okay. You just want to do something that you love doing and you love working with the people. And, Goldberg's right now is
Mm.
been so much fun to be a part of. And it is the greatest cast, the greatest crew, everyone that is involved. The other women that I work with, Wendy is, you talk about a mensch. She's just amazing and wonderful. And the other girls too, Jennifer Irwin and Stephanie Courtney.
Yeah.
So I have such a great time being a part of that group.
And to be able to go on that set and do what you love to do.
Oh, yeah.
Now, did you shoot during the
We
quarantine?
started shooting. We started shooting. I want to say in maybe September.
Okay.
And so it was very well, put together. That studios really have it because they can afford it.
Yeah.
So all that stuff they do, and oh yeah, because if somebody comes in and they're positive, everything closes down. So you talk about money.
Yeah.
So they really, really have it all together. And you're tested a lot, and the shields. I mean, if you walk out of your trailer and you forget a mask, which I do all the time, Mindy, here, somebody's right there to give you one.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Good.
but yeah, that's how it is. So it's more and more the studios are starting to open because they found what works for their particular studio.
Right. Right. We've had a couple of students. In fact, one flew up to she booked the role and went up to Canada for The Good Doctor. And it was like, but she was saying the 14-day quarantine and yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's like there's no more. I mean, craft services, you can't pick and choose. Your lunches are all in a box. They're all boxed.
box.
When you're sitting in like a green room or in a trailer and you're all there, the cast, is there. You have partitions.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's very, very, put together,
Right.
very safe.
So I read that you sang a theme song.
No,
No, were you not
no,
in a
but
group that sang it
a theme song?
for Family Ties?
No, I'll tell you what. You're not the first one that has said that. There is another Mindy Sterling, and she
Ah,
is a singer. I know, isn't that funny? And she is a singer. I met her years ago because I had heard about her, and she was playing at some club near me, and I contacted her because she was getting checks of mine.
oh,
Isn't that funny? So she found me, contacted me, and then she said she was a singer, and so I went to see her and meet a very, very lovely lady.
yeah.
But no, isn't that weird?
Oh my gosh. It brought back a memory when I was going to college in San Francisco State. I moved to the Haight-Ashbury for 9 months. Grew one of these.
Oh my God, I love it.
This is quarantine, but I'm getting it snipped, not like when I was 8 days old, but and with where mom and I are gonna get our hair cut in on
Oh, I
Sunday.
love that. Please take pictures
Oh,
or video or video. Come on, that's a funny video, David.
oh, of both of us getting our hair cut.
Yes, absolutely. Love
Okay.
it.
But yeah, and so I was in the Haight-Ashbury, and I moved out of the Haight, and who moved into this place? David Zimmerman, another David Zimmerman. So
Are
I
you?
got I got his credit score
Oh my
and his
God.
mail.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's. Yeah, I mean, well, David Zimmerman is not a an unusual name. Mindy Sterling. I mean, Mindy. There's Mindy's, but it's just
Right.
weird. Yeah, there's a Mindy Sterling.
So yeah, no, that's interesting that you said that story because I identified with that. What what is your biggest joy
My
in
son.
your son?
My son, my animals. Yeah, my son is like he's I adore him. He's on the autistic spectrum, and I find him so interesting and funny and smart. And he lets me know when things are hard and that I'm being a real pill, and that I don't understand it because it's in his head. It's just how his head works, and I own it sometimes. And I just find him courageous and such a kind heart. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I love seeing, because I've seen you both on the net. I don't know if it's YouTube or Facebook but
No, everybody's like, you have to do a show with him. No, it's just, we do it, I tape them, I videotape them, and then I try to put it on Instagram. Usually they're too long, Instagram, and Facebook.
yeah.
And and I've gotten such great feedback, and people just adore him. And, I think that we have this like nice little relationship, and we're
Mhm.
very close, and it's just me and him. And so yeah, I think he's kind of fun for this.
I say Netflix.
Here he is.
Is
Look.
that him?
Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello.
I love your show with your mom.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh,
Isn't
my
he
pleasure.
great? Yeah, no, and I love, look at, he lets us do that. I don't do it, but somebody does it.
Yeah, I get it professionally done,
It's
but
gorgeous. If I was gonna do it, you'd be the redhead, I'd be the blue head. I do
He's got a
it.
ponytail. That's Max. He's
anyway, don't
okay.
interrupt.
Max,
Thank you.
thank you, Max. Oh, he's gorgeous.
He's so he's so cool. And but see, I make him do things like that, but a lot of times he's just because I'm talking about him in a good way, so I'm not making fun of him at all. And no, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I could see it, and that's what shows up too when I see those, because there's such that mother and son love going on, and it's
If I can make him laugh,
yeah,
David, if I can make him giggle and laugh,
yeah,
that's my another biggest joy to me, because I mean, obviously we want to make people laugh and giggle, that's but to get him for a really belly laugh and just going crazy over something I did, because I'm kooky and I make mistakes and I say things and I don't remember things, so I'm a handful sometimes. So but if I can get him to laugh over it, that's the best sound in the world.
Austin Powers is getting too close. Any suggestions?
Jawohl, Herr Doktor. I have created the ultimate weapon to defeat Austin Powers. Bring in the fanbots! You keep saying you got something for me. Something you call love, but confess. These are the latest words in Android replicant technology. Lethal, efficient, brutal. No man can resist their charm. Send in the guns! These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Kill these women. These boots are gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, Boots? Start walking.
Quite impressive.
Thank you, Herr Doctor.
I like to see girls of that caliber. By caliber, of course, I mean both the size of their gun barrels and the high quality of their characters. Two meanings, caliber. It's a homonym. Forget it.